Hello, namaste and welcome back to my channel. If you're on my channel for the very first time, hi, my name is Swasti and I like to make videos about life, lifestyle, spirituality, personal growth and anything and everything that comes to my mind. So if that seems like your vibe, I would love it if you could check out my other videos and subscribe to my channel down below. तो मैं randomly calculate कर रही थी and in exactly 100 days, 2024 is coming to an end. And I don't know about you guys, but for me, every time we approach the end of the year, I mean, I love the second half of the year because all these festivals, the vibe is very different. I have my birthday in December, so I get really excited about it, yes. But also when we approach the second half of the year, I tend to feel quite anxious about certain things that I feel I have not done enough. There's so much to grow. There's so much I need to do. Am I working hard enough? All these thoughts just rush into my mind, and I either go in two ways. I either go crazy in my productivity and I start doing everything all at once. That leads to a burnout and that doesn't really lead to anything productive. Or I go into deep regret mode that kitna time waste kar diya, bahut kuch kiya nahi life mein, and all of that. That also leads to nothing basically. And both of it are very counterproductive. They are not good for you. So I think last year this is something that I did and it really worked out for me. And at the start of this year again I did it. वो पूरा 100% success तो नहीं हुआ था because a lot of things changed in life, so which I was maybe not prepared for. But again, more or less I was able to do, and that's exactly what I wanted to share today. I wanted to share a 30, 60, 90 day plan that you can use to sort of get control of your life and glow up. So for those of you who are already in a corporate setup or in a work setup, you might be aware of what a 30, 60, 90 day plan is. This is a term usually used in a work setup, either to transition you into a new role when you're joining a new company or when you're joining a new project, sort of smoothen out your transition and make sure that you are not feeling overwhelmed and you are able to catch up to your responsibility nicely. So that's the basic goal of a 30, 60, 90 day plan. What it is essentially a set of objectives that are set for new employees in their first 30, 60 and 90 days, basically the 90-day 3-month period, to allow them a smooth transition, give them new direction and to also be able to monitor their progress. And I think last year I got this idea of applying this 30, 60, 90 day plan to your life. You know what happens is when you're growing up, you're constantly in the pursuit of something. Like we are pursuing school, ranks, grades, जो भी है उसके बाद we are pursuing college के बाद higher studies के बाद placements. We are constantly working on something and हमारा focus पूरा उस पे होता है. But specifically when you hit that point where maybe you've started working या फिर you are in a set routine, you kind of hit a place where you're like not pursuing your life उतना ज़्यादा. But the truth of the matter is our life is probably the most important and the longest running project that you will ever be a part of. बचपन से लेके till your last breath you will always be working on this project. तो थोड़ा तो इसको भी time देना बनता है. And that's why I personally am someone who likes to organize things. I like to plan it out and I like to keep working towards new things in life, especially my personal life, personal growth, because नहीं तो मुझे बहुत stagnant feel होने लगता है. मुझे लगता है that I'm not growing enough, I'm not doing enough for my life, and I don't like to look back and feel, okay, I was still here personally, like I was still at the same level and I've not leveled up. Now that's obviously a mindset that I have. You don't have to agree to it. But I know for a fact we all have things that we want to change in ourselves. We all have things that we would like to improve, we would like to work on. So I think working on a 30, 60, 90 day plan is a great idea. आज से लेके exactly 100 days में 2024 खत्म हो रहा है. So if you start today, you can take 10 days to make this plan and then start implementing, and by the time it is end of 2024 you are all set in the new mindset to restart a new year with a fresh perspective. You know your growth, you know your progress, and I feel you will be in a good mindset to just dive into the new year. Now the first thing that I would suggest is to shortlist key areas that you would want to focus on. Personally, I don't think you should go beyond 5 key areas because उससे ज़्यादा हो जाएगा तो again you will be doing a lot of things and that will lead to a burnout, and that might not be the best thing for you to do. But 3 to 5 areas basically are good for you. For example, for me personally, the 3 areas definitely that I would like to focus on going forward One would be content creation, specifically YouTube content creation. Two would be my health. And three would be certain changes in my behavior that I want to do. I'm not comfortable sharing all the details with you guys, obviously. But these are the key areas जिस पे मुझे काम करना, मुझे पता है मुझे definitely काम करना है. Now that you have your key areas, I would suggest you come up with some smart objectives or smart goals for yourselves. Smart goals are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. You know, very recently, I think yesterday I read this line. If you put a date to your dream, it becomes a goal. Just by saying that, okay, we want this to happen, things don't exactly happen always. You have to put dates to it, you have to put achievable actions to it. And only then can you sort of see that change in your life. Now, once we have our key areas and smart goals ready, the thing that we should focus on next is setting out short-term and long-term priorities and seeing how your goals and those key areas are aligning with it. What are long-term priorities? Long-term priorities are when you look at the big picture of your life, what is that you want to see? That's basically what long-term priority for me means. What are the things that you're taking back? What are the things that you want in that life? For me, my long-term priorities are my mental health, my health in general, my relationships with specifically my family, and obviously others, but specifically with my family. These are my long-term priorities. But again, if we just look at long-term priorities, वो बहुत vague हो जाएगा. But short-term priorities are the ones that you would like to solve, or again the key areas that you would want to focus on. So for example, if mental health is one of my long-term priorities, so my short-term priorities can be seeing that my temper gets better, or that I am adjusting better to sudden situations or sudden changes that are happening in my life. If I'm being too irritable right now, then that should be my short-term priority to sort that out, because in the long run, it does not align with, like, that behavior does not align with my long-term priority. And also organizing your smart goals according to the level of your priorities. If you have set maybe 5 goals, out of which one will have the topmost priorities, then will be second, then third, then fourth, then fifth. So obviously everyone has different priorities. Like if maybe my top priority would be health, somebody else's would be behavior, somebody else's would be career. सबकी priorities अलग है. So according to you, what deserves your maximum time, what deserves your most time, figure that out. Now, once we are done with these steps, we'll have the more or less background of the project ready. I'm calling it a project because that's how I want you to treat your life, as a project. So once we have done this, we have the background of your project ready, and the next step is to actually make a proper 30, 60, 90-day plan. I have also created a template for you. I am someone who likes to document things on my Excel sheet where I can just write things down. So I have created a template. The link will be in the description. If you are interested, you can just take that, save it as a copy, and use that to track your progress and do whatever you want to. But if you don't want to do that, that's also completely fine. You go your own way. That's very important. Do what helps you grow, right? Now that we have our SMART goals and our key objectives, it's very important to set objectives for each phase. So the 30-day objective should focus on helping you learn and helping you get into habits. Now, it's no secret that any goal that you want to achieve can really not be achieved unless you are working consistently towards it. And for that, having habits that help in achieving these goals are very important. So the first 30 days should be focused on that. Building a lifestyle, building a routine that help you achieve these objectives. Where for the first 30 days, you are mindfully dedicating your time according to the priorities to making sure you're doing something to complete these steps. Next 60 days is for making sure that you continue those habits. Doing something consistently for 30 days is still okay, but once एक महीने बाद बहुत बार we lose consistency. So the next 30 days, that is the 60-day phase, is for you to make sure that you're continuing on those habits. And 30 days के बाद आपको ये भी पता चल जाएगा what are the habits that are working for you and adding to your life, and what are the habits that are just simply not working out for you. So for the 60-day phase, the habits that are not working out for you, cut them out of your life and replace them with newer habits. And the final 90-day phase is where I feel you will see the most growth, and it is also the most important phase of this project. The 90-day phase is where you actually upgrade. For 30 days, you have stuck to a routine, you have followed and started creating a habit. In the 60-day phase, you have followed through with that habit and you clearly know the direction that you're going forward in. The third phase, the 90-day phase, is where you know this is, if you're working at 50% pace, you switch that up to 75. Then you slowly switch that up to 80, 85, 90. You figure out your pace, you figure out what's working for you, and you accelerate on that so that you are able to reach your goals better. For the 90-day phase wala month, I would also suggest breaking it down into 15 and 15, जहाँ पे you are basically changing gears and switching up and accelerating your progress. And hopefully by the end of 90 days, you will know where you're standing in respect with your short term and long term goals and how you feel. And again, as I said, if you start today, you will be at the cusp of the new year, and it will help you start the new year with a very fresh mindset, with a lot of clarity on the kind of things that you want to grow on. And I hope the audio is getting recorded properly, because suddenly बहुत हवा चल रही है and I think it's about to rain also. I think I picked up this habit of setting my own 30, 60, 90-day plans when I started working as a freelancer, because I didn't have anybody else who was monitoring my progress, who was monitoring my work. So I was like, I have to do it for myself. वो मैंने किया, and I think using these techniques in your own personal life for your own personal growth is something that will work out very well, because your personal life deserves that focus. You deserve that focus. Instead of just pursuing that promotion or that raise or that position in your career or work life or whatever, वो भी करो, pursue, there's nothing wrong with that, but also take time out and pursue yourself. When you work on yourself, it will also reflect in other arenas of your life, and it will lead to an upgrade of your life. It will lead to the glow up that you would want. Really hope you guys liked this video and this was something a little helpful for you. If this was, then please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and comment down below and let me know your thoughts on this. If you haven't yet, please do hit the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you very soon with another video. Till then, stay happy, stay healthy, and take care of yourselves. Bye.